Welcome to California. Southern California, land of eternal springtime, of flowers and fruit in endless abundance, providing health and beauty in every design. There's desert sun and mountain snow. In fact, almost anything you can ask from nature's jackpot. Let's look over this fabulous country, this beautiful, bountiful Southern California. Here's Hollywood, capital of the world's entertainment. This is Radio Row, where stars and the best technical skills of the radio industry combine to send endless hours of entertainment into your homes, from studios crowded with pilgrims to this mecca of every talent. Southern California and sports are practically synonymous. Name it, and it's yours. Beaches abounding in beauty and health, where long hours of exercise, or perhaps just lazing around beneath the warm, friendly sun, become occasions of memorable delight. It may not be paradise, but it's certainly a reasonable facsimile. Polo, long a favorite in Southern California, is played the year round by many of the game's highest-rated players. And as for golf, well, there are more courses than you can shake a putter at. There's a fine cultural side, too. If you're art-minded, the Huntington Library and Art Gallery at Pasadena invite you to spend quiet hours enjoying such masterpieces as Lawrence's Pinkie and Gainsborough's incomparable Blue Boy. On New Year's Day, Pasadena says Happy New Year with the wonders of its famed Tournament of Roses. Paced by bands and perfectly groomed animals, floats, only less beautiful than the girls who adorn them, form one of the world's most spectacular parades, with communities, states, and even foreign countries vying for the coveted blue ribbons, which attest to the skill of novelty and artistic design. Old King Orange himself, glorified even beyond the Chamber of Commerce's dreams. And here's a fish to surpass all fish. To top the day crammed with unimaginable beauty and novelty comes the pièce de résistance, the Rose Bowl game. That is, for those who are fortunate enough to grab onto a couple of the elusive ducats. Southern California is justifiably proud of one of the world's most unique shrines, Forest Lawn, a haven where peace and beauty transcend sorrow. Art masterpieces grace its magnificent grounds. And the little Church of the Flowers and the wee Kirk of the Heather are favorite spots for weddings. What's this, the ancient Orient? Yes, sir, and right smack in the heart of Los Angeles. A true touch of old China, of her haunting atmosphere. Typically, Chinese celebrations are performed with some of the queerest costumes and music you've ever seen or heard. Fun, gaiety, and romance, a trip to Old Cafe, and all in a few short, unforgettable blocks. For those with Latin longings, Olvera Street. A look into a past as warm and colorful as old Mexico at its best. craftsmen using methods long since discarded in a modern world. Costumes of incredible loveliness for senors as well as for senoritas. Gay sidewalk cafes, troubadours, beautiful dancers, all the nostalgic, charming appeal of California in the days of the Dons. Southern California's racetracks are recognized as being high among the finest and fastest, and are certainly as glamorous as any in existence. It is as though nature had blended a perfect backdrop with the best designs that man could provide. Yes, in a setup like this, it would almost be a pleasure to lose money. In these paddocks are assembled millions of dollars in horseflesh. The nobility of the equine world, Seabiscuit, Gallant Fox, Tick-On, these and many others who have added to their winnings and to the glory of their colors on Southern California turf. The call to the track is followed by the parade to the post. And they're off. Rounding the turn and into the stretch, the thunder of hooves is exciting music to thousands who have found the perfect place for the sport of kings. Just off the Southern California coast lies Catalina Island, where an inexhaustible variety of pleasures awaits the seeker. One look will tell you why they write songs about Avalon Bay, beautiful beaches with girls to match. If you're a fancier of fancy fowl, the bird farm is your dish, with the most astounding aggregation of plumed characters your imagination can dream up. For dignity, these penguins outdo the head waiters they resemble. He, obviously, has to be known as Old Baldy. Or if you're more interested in fins than feathers, take the glass-bottomed boat. It will give you a look at the fish, and vice versa. I wonder what the fish think. A lion farm does seem like a peculiar institution, but then, of course, Southern California abounds in the unusual. The babies are the bosses of the lot. Cute, eh? Their training starts early, and a nice-looking bunch of school kids, too. 5-year-old Aladdin is a tightrope artist, believe it or not. And there's a rumor going the rounds that he's learning to play the clarinet on the side. This troupe knows its place and, thank goodness, keeps it. Of the countless thousands of Southern California's charms, not to be overlooked are its ghost towns, empty, dead, haunted, living only in the past, feverish days when they seethed with men seeking the glitter of gold. Things were primitive in those days, the comforts crude and few. But it was a land that brewed great men and great fortunes and futures in the pots at the end of the miners' rainbows. Even then, it paid to advertise. For the sun worshiper, it's this hunk of paradise, the desert. With some of the most magnificent resort hotels to be found anywhere in the world, abounding in gaiety of every description, it's the ultimate in winter playgrounds. Warm, beaming sun by day, cool, fragrant, inviting breezes by moonlit night, and overall, the charm of complete freedom from care. You couldn't worry in this setting if you tried. Almost everyone rides horseback. These are unforgettable hours spent in the awesome splendor of the silent desert, strewn with the varicolored brilliance of nature's inexhaustible paintbrush. After a night of camping out under the stars, outdoor breakfast when the world is fresh and new again. Then, once a year, the desert takes out its glad clothes and really gets into the true carnival spirit. Yes, sir, it's fun in capital letters for everybody. A celebration as gay and free as the West itself. The grandstands fill to overflowing with thrill-seeking thousands, for the rodeo proper is a dazzling display of skill and daring by champions of the sport. Did I say sport? If you don't mind, I'll just stay in the grandstand. Yes, indeed, the desert is truly warm and wonderful. But only a stone's throw away is snow country, high in the Southern California mountains, Alps on order, so to speak. Skiing? Why, you'd think the sport had been invented right here. Where is there a more perfect setting for winter sports? The toboggan boys say it's about the next best thing to paradise. Long, perfect tracks that put your blood to tingling and your heart beating in your throat. But all of the beauty and wonders which are so much a part of this wonderland are relegated into comparative obscurity by California's proud and ancient missions. For herein lies the very heart, the very soul of California. Founded by the Franciscan fathers, in whose hearts lay the deep kindness and the understanding which are the incontestable heritage of the Golden State, these are enduring shrines to an era of unforgotten splendor. This is the mission San Juan Capistrano, famed as the home of the swallows, which come and go each year on a schedule as regular as clockwork and completely beyond the realm of human explanation. Mission San Diego was the first of old California missions. Today, it remains an ever-enduring monument to man's faith and charity, a beacon of worldly goodness that will never perish. Old Town and the marriage place of Ramona, breathing the poetry and romance that were old California. A typical early ranch house, the hacienda of the Bandini family. Big? Yes, but not too big for the hospitality of its day. San Diego's Balboa Park is a combination of tourist interests, with her botanical gardens only a small part of her many charms. There is a rare and wonderful zoo that is the delight of youngsters, young and old. Here's a handsome resident of Southern California who's not a motion picture idol. And there's the guy whose picture's on the silver dollar. It's needless, really, to say that Southern California is where yachtsmen hope to go instead of heaven. For this is it: blue water, superb weather, and boats and crews to match the speed and skill of championship competition. So there you have it, a capsule coverage of a world where there isn't room for anything but beauty and contentment, an oasis of friendship and health, anything and everything that is a part of good living, a country where your range of diversion is limited only by the number of hours in the day. It's a warm and welcoming land, and it's waiting for you with open arms. You've a standing invitation to this kingdom, beautiful, bountiful Southern California.